Oh, hello everyone. Welcome to Data Analytical course. So, just a brief background before we go into the training proper. So today we'll be talking more of Excel basic, the basic of Excel, the tools that you need, the skills you need for data analysis. Okay, so as everyone on this platform presently, there are different levels. We have beginners levels, we have an advanced levels. Okay, but I want to say that if you are coming on board or you have an interest to become a data analyst, or you are a data analyst already, or you are on that path, so one of the package that you must familiarize yourself with is Excel package. So you must know how to make use of these tools. Okay, how to navigate yourself on these tools is you must know the essentials, familiarize yourself with it, and how you can use them. Okay, I can say for majority of the organizations that I know about, okay, if you're a data analyst, one of the tools that they make do is Excel. Okay, you must gain mastery on the use of Excel, because I believe that even those advanced analysis that you think about, you can achieve them on Excel. Is it talking about you want to create a dashboard for your data set in your organization, in your hospital? Okay, you can achieve this on Excel. Okay, so don't think, what do I need to learn in Excel? There is much more you can learn in Excel. So as we give ourselves to learning, so there will be an eye opening. You tend to see and you appreciate better what you can make to what you can do more, okay, with Excel. So the starting point is Excel. At the end of the day, you can now think of, okay, apart from Excel, what other application can I also combine together? Probably you are thinking, for business analysis now, analytic now, you are thinking of Power BI, Tableau, R. Okay, if you are looking into statistics, you can think of R. You understand? So Python. So those are the advanced, programs that you can also make use. For today, we are starting with Excel because it's the basic. That is starting point for every data um, analyst. Okay, so let's take a ride and dive into the class. Thank you. All right, so we'll be starting with Excel interface. Excel interface, that's the starting point. So, and I want us to take note of everything I'll be saying in this class, because much more beyond listening, I want you to be able to, at the end of this training, I want you to be able to lay your hand on whatsoever I'll be saying and practice them. Okay, that is a way to gain mastery of this class. Okay, I can say this again: practice, practice, and practice. So it is much important, much more than listening. All right. So thank you. So what you need, you need your laptop, and ensure Excel um is installed on your laptop. So that is all that you need. Okay. And at the end of the day, you can rewatch this class and practice again and again. So let's start with Excel interface right now. So I know that majority of us, if not all, with far has seen this interface before. But just to take us on a quick explanation of what this interface, how it look like. Okay, this is the interface of Excel. If you open your Excel, you'll have come across something like this before. See, this is a quick access toolbar, so where you can access whatever tools you are looking for. You can access this on this quick access toolbar, and you can see here there's a ribbon where if you are going to the home, the page layout, the formulas, the data review, but any aspect you are going to here on this ribbon, you can also access some other thing on this ribbon here. We have a command group. See where the arrow is pointing to. Want to do the little formatting. So using this command group, you can increase the size of the text you have in the cell. Okay, you can see formula bar here too. So if you are working on you can working on you are doing some summative or some mathematical functions. Okay, this is where the formulas will be imputed. You can input your formulas here. We call it formula bar because if you are working on mathematical functions, so the formula will always display in this bar here. Okay, and this is called cell. So whatever you are doing in Excel, this is always going to be inside this cell. This is cell, and you can see, as you see, we have a colon. This is a colon in Excel. This is a colon. All this letter A, B, C to Z is a colon. See, this is a colon, and this 1, 2, 3 down like this is a row. You can see the arrow showing you this is a row and this is cell. So I can decide to say this is A, this colon A, and this is what A1. This is cell A1. You can see the name here, the boss name is showing A1. So I'm inside this A1. A showing is a colon, 1 showing 01. That is A1. A1. Okay, so that is that. Then if you also want to, we have a scroll bar. You can decide to scroll. You can use this arrow to scroll. You see now, you can use this arrow to scroll. You have the vertical scroll bar, and this is the vertical scroll bar. This arrow, you can see the caret here, vertical scroll bar. You can scroll up, you can scroll down, and this is horizontal scroll bar. You see now, this one where it's pointing to, arrow is pointing to is horizontal scroll bar. So you can scroll to the extreme end of this data of this sheet. The same thing. Then if you come down here, you can also see after start, you can see sheet 2, sheet 3, sheet 4. Unlike that, if you want to add another sheet, you just click this addition sign, another sheet will come up. Okay, so you can have different sheet. Okay, add different sheet. So this the way the interface of the Excel look like. Okay, it's become easy for you. Whatever you are looking into, you can find it. Okay, once you can identify this I've shown you. So, like I also said, this is still talking about the introduction. This is talking about the interface. So, that the interface we have the home. So when you want to open, you want to save your file, you can from the home tab, you can see save or save as. So whichever you are comfortable, you can save your sheet. Okay, save your sheet. If you want to open a new sheet, you see open here, you can open a new sheet. Open a new sheet. If you want to export any of your data, you want to export it, you can also do. So you can see in the home tab, you can also export. So this is interesting. So once you know where you can find them, it become easier for you to make use of it. So quickly, without much ado, let's me take you on a ride to the operators that we have. So in Excel, we have some mathematical functions like I explained. Okay, so using functions, we have functions formulas. So in Excel, we have addition formula, subtraction formula, operators. They are all operators, division operators, multiplication. We want to know the power of a number. Okay, so these are the mathematical functions, operators. Okay, these are the operators I talk about. So, and to do that in Excel, so what you need to do, so like you see now, this is a colon C, colon D, and in colon C there are values, in colon D there are values, and these are the operators. We want to make use of these operators. How do we add two numbers together in Excel? That is what we want to do here. So, and we're starting with addition operators first. We want to make use of this operator, add this these numbers together in the cell. That is cell. This is cell. This is C5. C5. If you count from here, say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That meaning this is cell C5. If you also see, they come down, you see the name is in table, name of the boss C5. So this is C5, and this is D5. If we want to add cell C5 and D5 together, and to start with any operators, any mathematical functions in Excel, you must start once you click inside the cell where you want your answer to reflect, you must start any of the operator, any of the mathematical function, we must start with equal sign. You see now, press your equal sign. So what you want to do, and before going ahead, I also make use of some instructions here as a guideline in case you are looking at how did I did what I just do. You can come here and make use of this instruction. You can scroll down, make use of this instruction to help you. Okay. All right. So what we want to do now is just to add. So quickly, just click on this C5, and then look for addition sign. That is shift plus equal sign. You can see plus will come up. Plus sign will come up. Then click on bring your cursor to this cell and click on it. Okay, automatically it will highlight D5. So what does it mean? We want to add cell C5 plus D5 together. So press equals, you press enter. Once you press enter, you can see it is 4. You, let's do subtraction of function now. So what you want to do here, like I said, you start with equal sign. With equal sign, bring your cursor to C5, shift equal sign plus. If you press shift on your keyboard, you press shift and you look for addition sign on your keyboard. So press it together to equal the addition sign will come up. Okay, then press the D5, D6 now. So equals to. So we want to go to division function now. So how do we do start out? We start with equal sign. Okay, C7. So your division sign, you can see a slash on your keyboard. So press that slash on your keyboard. Then bring your cursor here again. That is D7. Okay, press enter. So you can see now 8 divided by 2 is 2. So multiplication sign function now. So how do we do that? Equal sign C8. Then I'm looking for my multiplication sign. So what is the nearest? How do I find that on my keyboard? Just press your shift and 8 together. On top of your 8, there is a multiplication sign. Okay, so shift plus 8 together, then click on D8 equals 15. Okay, so the last one is power. So what is the power? The power of 2 in 4 different places. What's the power? It's 2 raised to power 4. That's what it means. So how do we do that? Equal sign. So you press your 2. That is C9. So it's C9. The value in C9 is 2. Okay, raised to the power. So how do we get that? Check your keyboard again. Check your keyboard. That is shift 6. See now the function power will come for, then bring your cursor and click on D9, then press enter. You see now. So we have gotten our answers for the addition function, for subtraction function, for division function, for this multiplication function, power function. So these are the answers. You can lay your hand on this value below here and practice on your own. Okay, so let's get started. So Talking about addition function, so there are different methods you can enroll for addition function. You have method 1, method 2, method 3. So the method 1 is what I used before. Okay, so for the method 1, what we we did in the other time, so I want us to practice that again. Okay, practice that again. So what we can do in this area now is to, like I said, once you are starting any function, you start with equal sign. Start with equal sign. So and then after the equal sign, we want to add these cells together. We want to add it together. So we want to add it together. So let's start. We press this. That is G7. G7 1. The G1, G2, G3, 4, 5. See now. See now. So that is G, G7. See now, this is G7. G7. So we want to add all this together. We are working on method 1 now. G7 plus. Press this. Click on this G8. Then your addition sign plus G9 plus G10. See now, so we've we've imputed this G7 to G. We want to add these cells together. So the next thing is to press enter. You see now, showing us this is correct. These are summation of the cells of this cell. This is the summation. It's 94,408. Okay, so let's make use of the second method of adding numbers together. Okay, starting with equal sign. So what should we do? We want to make use of second method, which is sum. So type sum instead of adding it together. You can type sum. Just type the first two letter or three letter. Sum will come up. This is sum. Double click on it. Sum. So it's showing us number 1, number 2. For as many number you want to add together. So what do we need to do? Come up here. Bring your cursor up here. You can highlight it down like this. That is an array. Okay, as an array. Then you can close your bracket or press enter. So let me close my bracket. Let me press enter. You see now you've added these cells together, and this is 92,125. Okay, all right. So for the third method, just bring your cursor here. Third method is a shortcut. I believe that at the end of this class, you get used to quite a lot of shortcuts. Okay, so the shortcuts that I'll be using here for the third method is Alt equals, then press enter. I want to add all this together. Instead of me going through the first method, second method, I can decide to come inside the box here and press Alt equals. You see now, when I press Alt equals, you press it together. So the formula that we type here came up automatically and help us impute some function, then put the arrays together from G14 to G19, add it together. Then what I just need to do now is just to press enter. Automatically this will add it together. So that is how to add numbers together in Excel. I hope you've gotten into this point. Okay, so let's move quickly to the next thing on the agenda is fill, AutoFill. So in Excel, there is something we also call AutoFill. AutoFill. And the way Excel perceive it is that when you provide an information and that information you provide follows a series or a certain interval. For instance, now this is an information that have been provided. There is no interval here. This is one, this is one. Okay, there's an interval here, 1, 2. I mean, it's in a serial form, meaning that the next number should be 3, 4, 5, like that. So look at this now when dealing with numbers only. So Excel will need an interval for it to autofill, to autofill for you. Okay, so if you provide an information that is in a serial format or in an interval, just like this now, there's no interval here. There's no interval. So there's an interval here. So this one's supposed to be 2020 2021. Okay. 2021, there's no interval here. Then look at this one, there's an interval here. So if I come here and highlight, so what Excel will perceive this like there's no interval here. So Excel will automatically populate the same. If I highlight these two together, we automatically populate the same thing, the same number. But if I come down here and I highlight the two, I try to drag it, bring your cursor to the lower right corner here. Okay, like this, lower right corner here, and you try to drag it down. See the additional sign, drag it down. See now, Excel has already perceived there's an interval here, there's a serial, forms in this here, and automatically give me the rest of the number, populate it for me. So come down to this area too. So just open it down and drag it down. You see now, it's the same thing I'm going to be getting because there is no interval. But come down to here. If I try to do the same thing here and drag it down, so let's see what I'm going to get. Okay, let's try to do that one again. Just highlight the two together. After that, bring your cursor down to the external here. Change to this black addition sign. You can now drag it down. You see now, automatically give it the next number, the next year, 2021, 2022, 2023, and so forth and that. Okay, so that is how to get autofill. Excel try to autofill, the information you provide, on Excel. So you can do the same thing for months, for week and days. Automatically looking at this now, Excel know that the months of the year is 12 from January to December. So if I decided to drag this thing down now, Excel will populate it, or know that, after January is February and stuff like that. Look at week one. Excel know that, the next week will be week two, cannot be week three. So it will drag it. If I drag it down now, it will populate the rest. So the same thing applicable to Monday. So after Monday is Tuesday. Okay. So Wednesday cannot come after Monday. So there is Excel perceive that this is the days of the week and there is an interval. The days of the week is goes in an interval. Okay, so with this now, I can get the remaining days of the week. Okay, so this is how to get autofill in Excel. All right, so let's go quickly to scrolling. There might be a situation where you have quite a lot of data sets, okay, given to you in your organization, and you want to analyze. Okay, so it's not easy for me. Okay, if I have like 1,000 data sets in a sheet. Okay, so how do I want to, and I want to work at the I want to look at the bottom of those data. I want to look at the data at the down sheet. Okay, it's not easy for me to just be clicking and be using my arrow. You can use your arrow, okay, or you just be scrolling with your mouse and stuff like that. It's not easy. So there are different way of scrolling. You can scroll down, you can highlight down, you can highlight to the right. Okay, like a fast scrolling method. Okay, making use of your keyboard, you can achieve this. You can come here like I show you from the Excel interface, the scrolling, vertical scrolling and horizontal scrolling. This is the vertical scrolling. You can scroll down, scroll down here. See now, you can use this arrow, you can scroll up. Okay, you can come to the vertical here too. You can scroll here, you can scroll down. Okay, that's another method. So if I place my cursor here in this cell I13, I3, in cell I3, you can see this is I3. So where my cursor is now, January 85, 1985. Okay, so if I place my cursor here and I want to see the the hospital value, total return, in January 1885. So this is the value. If I want to see the one at the down, there is no how I want to see the one at the down. I have to be scrolling. If I don't want to scroll, that method for me to do is to bring your cursor here. Okay, you can hold your control key down. I want to see the down value, the value at the last value on this sheet. If I want to see it, just place your cursor down and press the arrow key. Hold your control key and press the arrow key. You see now, automatically bring me down to the return in December 2008. So this is the total return that you have in this year. If I want to go back again, press your control key and press up arrow key on your keyboard. See now, so automatically to link me to the first data. Okay, so if I want to see the extreme data on this end, you can also do the same thing. Press hold your control key down and press your right arrow key. Okay, you can press your right arrow key automatically now. See what I'm seeing here? It's showing me that this is 0.57. This is for the total return on hospital E, 0.57. So if I want to go down, I want to see what is the total return for the last data on this sheet. Just like I said, control key and your arrow facing down. See, this is the value. Okay, if I want to check what is the value, of the total in the right hand side here, so you can press your control key. Just follow your control key, the up, down, right, and left. You can navigate with that with your control key on your keyboard. Okay, so that is the fastest way of navigating through your data. Okay, navigating through your data is very important to grab this shortcut on your keyboard for easy navigation. Right, let's move straight to um the next point is tables. I know you're familiar with what tables means. When looking at this data set now, this data set look disarray. Okay, it's not in a good condition. Okay, so we can see center. What you can see from this data set, you can see there are different center. We have diagnosis and we have months. October, November, December. But looking at the figures here, the figures are not well arranged in a column. Okay, and that is where the idea of, okay, how can I do a little editing? How can I make my editing easier for me? How can somebody, you know, um, coming from outside want to understand, looking at this data set, like this thing is not well arranged. How do you make it become easier for someone to read, or for you to make your formatting easier? Is to put this data set in a table. Put this data set in a table. So when you put it in a table, the idea is that it make it easier for you to do your editing. Okay, you can easily do a quick analysis when your data set in a table. Looking at this data set now is not in a they are not in table. Okay, so look at the way I highlight it now. I want to put it in a table for easy formatting. So what do I need to do? I highlight first, then I can right click. So if I right click, I can go to insert. If I go to insert, I can click on table. Automatically a box came up. So where is the table for data set? So it's showing me my table has header. So what I need to do here is to click OK. I want to put this data set which has been in a range now in a table. So it's to click OK. Can you see now? So automatically it changed and it had something to this for me, which is a filter. You see now, how do you know a data set is in a table? You see a filter that will show forth on the top here, on the header here. That is a filter. So what is the idea? You can see now automatically you can know that, oh, these are the centers we have, these are the diagnoses we have, this is October, these are the figures, these are the numbers we have under October, the one we have under November and December. All right, I can make from this now, I can assess, I can do a quick analysis on this now. I can decide, oh, I don't want to see center A. Let me uncheck. I want to see the data for only center B, center D, and A, and G, and I click OK. You see now, so this is what I want to see. I can decide to also say, oh, I want to see all the data. So I want to see all the data. I click or select all, then click OK. See now, so this is the essence of putting your data set in a table. It make things a lot easier for you, okay, and it make formatting easy for you at the same time too. So this is what I call filter. Okay, we'll talk more about it in the format in the other class. So this is filter. You see now, this is filter. You can come here, decided, oh, I don't want to see the figure. I want to see, okay, I want to sort this number from the smallest to the largest, from the large sort from largest to the, okay, you want to sort by color. Okay, you can click on it, you want to sort by color. Which color do you want to? You want to put the value, cell color, font color. Okay, you can come A to Z, want to do from set to hey the order you want it to be. So that is how to navigate this and to become easy for you. Another shortcut, let me do short, let me go back. This is another shortcut to put these data sets in a table is just to click Control T. Okay, Control T. If you click Control T, automatically this box is going to show, it's going to come up. What did I do? What did I do? Let me go back. I click on inside. You can click on any of, just click inside this data set and press Control T. T stand for table. So you see a box come up, click on OK. Automatically, it will put the table, it will put the data set in the table. You can see now, you can change table design, you can decide to, oh, let me use this, let me use this, can you see? So this is little formatting you can quickly do and make your data set more presentable. Okay, so this is simple. You can work on this. If you come here to, you can see the header here. You can decide to uncheck the header. I don't want to see the header again. Okay, you want to put the header. You want to see the total row. You see now total row. So you see now automatically when you put it in table, you can whatever calculation you want to do, it become easy. It become easy. You see now automatically when I check total row, it quickly give me the summation of this row. See now, give me the summation automatically. So if I want to uncheck again, see now. So if I want the first column, see now the first column automatically highlights the first column for me. Or if I uncheck the last column, see now, highlight the last column for me. Whatever you want to do, this is how to filter. Branded column, see now, the column has been branded, has been branded. Filter, I want to remove the filter. Let the filter be there. Okay, so this is how to do little formatting. So let's come to the sum. So sum, so making you reflecting on the idea I shared earlier in this class. Okay, we quickly want to apply that shortcut in this summation function now. Okay, what did I do? What did I do? If you remember where we started from, I said the shortcut you can use for sum is alt equals to, okay, alt, just click inside here and press alt equals to. You see now, automatically the sum function will come up and it will highlight, it will give you the ray, okay, it will give you the ray C5 to C7 automatically, then you can press enter, okay. So if you press enter, so you may not necessarily need to be doing it for each of these column. You can come here, you can bring your cursor. You see this cursor is showing is in white color now. If you bring it down to here, it's showing to black color now. You can decide to drag it, okay, automatically you will get the summation for the rest of the column, okay. That is a quick way to quickly do your sum if you have a big data set. All right, so coming down to this place, so you can use the same, okay. You can use some other method too, okay. So alt, that is alt equals to, you see now, press enter. So bring your cursor here. This is showing white now, the cursor is white now. Bring it to the lower right corner here, highlight it, move it forward. So, okay, so that is how to add in Excel. So this is a shortcut again. You can read the formula, you can read um the instruction here to navigate. So let's quickly move to the count. So count. So what do we do in count? So count in Excel, it means is a function in Excel that helps you to count, okay, the numbers, to count the to count from the word count. Like this is, I have a table here, I have an item, and I have the bills of all these items. So you can count how many items do I have. That is what it means. Count the items I have, and at the same time too. So this is an item. Look at this second table. So these are the patients 1 to 8. This is the amount that each patient pay. This is the amount they've paid. Okay, and you see there are some column, there are some cell that are empty. So there's also what we call count blank. There's a function in Excel that can help me to count those blank spaces here. Okay, we call it count blank. So for count here, what do we need to do? Like I said, if you are writing any function in Excel, you start with equal sign. Okay, write count. You want to count the bills. How many items do we have here? How many patients do we have? Okay, that is what we want to do. Okay, that is count. You see now, once you type the first three letter, the function will comes up. Okay, you can double click on it. Okay, then it's showing you how many values you have. You have value 1, value 2. So from here, this is a value 1. You click on this, you can drag it down. Okay, automatically D5 to D8, that is the ray. It will automatically come inside your formula. Then you can close it, close the bracket, press enter. So it's showing us we have 8 items here. This is 8. If you want to cross check, you can cross check. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So meaning this is 8 items, right? So let's come down here. So equals, we want to do count empty cell. Okay, so that is count blank. You see now, count blank. Double click on it. Okay, highlight from top down. Okay, press enter. You see now, it's showing me we have 2 empty cell here. 2, 1 and 2. 2 empty cell. See, that is fantastic. 2 empty cell. 2 empty cell. All right. So, method 2. You see now, method 2 is talking about auto count. Auto count. So there is another formula you can also do auto count here. Okay, auto count here. So what we can do, so you can go using your formula. You can go to your formula bar here. Okay, go to your formula bar here. You can see a function here. See insert function. You can see auto sum here. If you just click the caret, you see a lot of function you can do. There is a sum, there is average, count number. So what we are currently doing now is count number. So you can click on count number. You can see now count number automatically. The function came directly inside the box because I've clicked inside that box before. So and it highlights from the amount from the first patient down to the seventh patient, it highlights it down. So I can click on enter now. You see now it's showing me that we have a cell that the function has helped me to count seven item here, and this is what it's showing. So if you come here to and click, funny enough that this function does not give us a count blank. Can't get a count blank here. Okay, so you can only do it manually like I showed you earlier on. So count blank. See now, count blank. Double click and highlight from here down. Press enter. This is two. All right. So that is how to count and to do count blank. So this is also a basic part. Okay, when you are engaging in analysis, you are doing analysis, is a basic part. You have a lot of data sets and you want to check column by column how many cell is empty. So you can use this function to quickly get that done. All right, so let's go to average. How do you calculate average? When you have a data set, you want to calculate the average age of this patient. This is the gender, the patient, the items. What is the average age of this patient? Okay, going to the formula, from the formula bar, go up here, formula bar, come to the auto sum here. Okay, this is sum, this is average. Click on the average. You see now, we want to know the average range. Okay, automatically average as shown inside the box here with the range. This is the formula, then press enter. So we have 54 as the average age of these items of this category. 54. Okay, so if you come down here, you want to do the same thing. Let's say as you want to do the sum. What is the sum of this age? So come to the formula first. You see now, this is home. Come to the formula, open your sum. You see a caret here. Open this caret. You can see sum. You can do average. You can do count number. You can do maximum. You can do minimum. Okay. So we want to do sum. You see now, sum this, the age of the patient. Sum it for us. You see now, sum J5. This is J5. This is J5. Okay. You can drag it down. See J5 to J12. Automatically press. You see now, press enter. 256. That is the number here. 256. Okay, 256. From J5 to this angle, we have 256. All right, 256. Okay, so quickly you can practice on this. You can lay your hand on this too. You use this. You want to you can decide to say okay, let's move now very quickly. So want to know the minimum and maximum. Okay, going by the formula, go to your home tab, formula bar, formula, go to open the caret. You want to know the maximum from this one now. Say what is the maximum age from all these items now. See now, automatically the formula is inside the maximum. Open caret, open bracket from E5 to E12. So what is the maximum age? Okay, press enter. You see now, 91 is the maximum age. You can cross check now by yourself. You see 50. See the lowest one is 25. The maximum is 91. That is how to get it. So let's move and do the that is this one is the minimum we want to do. We are working on minimum. Okay, so let's try to rework this. We want to work on minimum. This is minimum. Okay, press enter. This is 25 minimum. This is maximum. So let's work on maximum. Go to here, click on maximum, press enter. So this is 91. So we can lay end on these two example. Okay, you can lay end on these two example, or you can have a data set too and try to try to perform this function, the maximum and minimum. Okay, so let's move very quickly. So quick analysis. Remember, the essence of this training is to get you to get you familiarize yourself with Excel basic. Okay, and at the same time to have shown you some tools that you can lay your hands on to do a quick analysis. So looking at this is a table now. So we want to do a quick analysis on this table. Quick analysis on this table. So since this is a table, okay, if I click on any part of this table, if I click on any part of this table, so if I click on any part of this table, as I highlight this table, there is something that show, see, Control A is the way to highlight. Click on it and press Control A, highlight. So after highlighting, something show on the caret here, a symbol name quick analysis. Like I told you the other time, when your data set is in a table, there is there is many things you can do. You can run a quick analysis when your data set is in a table. So that is what we want to do here. So let me click on quick analysis. So it's showing me like I can do a little formatting data bar. You see now, data bar. If I want to do something like this, is a data bar. It's showing me like these are the diagnosis, the centers ID, October's. It's showing me the bar. This bar is representing, you know, the figures. See the 900s having the highest figure of diabetes. So diabetes in center C, we have highest figure of diabetes, followed by COVID-19 in October. So followed by COVID-19, then followed by flu, the highest diagnosis flu. Then in November, it showed me 3,000 in November, meaning that the figure, the number of diagnosed people that diagnosed um, with asthmatic patients that are diagnosed with asthma in November is about 3,000, okay, compared to October. Okay, so then after look at the diagnosis, the number of diagnoses of patients diagnosed with asthma, 3,000 in November, followed by 400 in December. You see now. So if you come down to COVID-19, you can see the highest diagnosis, the highest patient that was diagnosed of COVID-19 is 800 in October. Then it's dropped in November about 400 and 200 in December. So this is just a quick analysis. You can quickly speak to your data, all right, with this quick analysis method. So let me go back. Let me go back. So let me go back control. Let's see control Z now. All right, click on this again. I want to do a color chart, color scale, just to give it a color. So with this now, it's showing us a significance. You can click on it, giving us these are the significant values. You see the value is low. This now the figure is low here. The diagnosis of patients with fracture in November, they are low. See, and we have 80 people diagnosed of fracture, 80 diagnosed of hypertension. This is low compared to October, which is 2250, 50. See now, is low. And this green is showing this is high. The diagnosis is high compared to this. Okay, compared to 100 of people diagnosed of asthma in October. right? So let's go back to the icon. I can decide. Yeah, you can click on table. You can see table here. This is table. This is sparkline. Let me click on sparkline. So this sparkline, I want to see. I want to click on the line. What is the trend? Right. So you can see it's showing me trend line. This is just also to speak to this data. So you could speak to this data. You can see the arrow. It moved from 100 in October and experienced a peak in November. You can see the peak here, 3,000, and experienced a sharp drop, okay, in December, which is 400. Can you see it now? So if you look at COVID-19 diagnosed patient that are diagnosed of COVID-19, look at the trend. Look at the trend. It experienced a peak in October, about 800. It drops down to 400 in November and 200 in December. Look at this. This is just a trend line, okay, giving us a trend of how diagnosis has experienced a peak, that's experienced a sharp decrease in number. Okay, so this is just a trend line. If you are doing analysis, you want to do a quick analysis. So this is the way to do it. Okay, is the way to do it at the same time. All right, so let's do Control Z. Okay, you can come back there again and you want to, maybe you are looking, want to do total. You want to click on total. Let's quickly know. So what is the sum? Okay, what is the sum of want to see the sum, want to see the average. Okay, as you click on it, you'll be showing, you want to know the count, want to see the percentage. See, it's showing down here, it's showing down. Want to see the running total, want to see the sum. Okay, so that these are the benefits of putting your data set in a table. You can do a quick formatting, you can do a quick analysis, okay, and at a glance, you can split your data at a glance and get whatever you want at a glance. All right, that's the beauty of it. I believe you appreciate this, right? Okay, that's cool. So let's take it further. Let's take it further. So after quick analysis, so we're talking more on, I think this should be the last part of it. We'll be talking more now on VLOOKUP. So what is the essence of VLOOKUP? What does this mean? So let me try to expand this a bit. Try to expand this a bit. Okay. So this is VLOOKUP. From the word VLOOKUP, V stands for vertical. See now, vertical. Okay, we also have HLOOKUP. Okay, for in this training, I'll just be taking us on VLOOKUP. VLOOKUP means vertical. V stand for vertical, vertical lookup. So what does this mean? Perhaps you are working in an organization where you have details of patients, you are collecting details of patients in a you have a database where the details of the patient that enrolled in your hospital records, they are being stored. Especially, let's assume you are in a surgical department, okay, and you have the record of the patient that are coming. So the name of the, for instance, now we have a patient ID, we have a patient at the patient ID, patient have hospital number, right? So the hospital number, the name of the doctor that's seeing the patient, the diagnosis they've made so far, the people, this patient they've made so far, diagnosis they've made so far, the doctor, then these are the data that we have. So looking at it, we also have the lab results of the patients have done, lab results of the patient have done. Then we also have, let me open this sheet. We also have the surgery they've performed and the cost of those surgery. Okay, so these are the different data we have in different sheets. Okay, so the essence of VLOOKUP is now that, okay, we want to match, okay, these results, the result of the patient that we have in a different sheet, we want to match it. We want it to be on the same sheet. We want it to be on the same sheet so that the doctor can see it as a glance. Okay, can see it as a glance. So This is a diagnosis of the patient. This is a patient ID. This is the name of the doctor that have seen the patient. What is the lab result? And we have the lab result on a different sheet. Okay, so what the idea of VLOOKUP simply means, can you for patient 001, okay, there's a function in an Excel that can help me to look for the value, the lab results of this particular patient, this patient 001. So the Excel function can help me, this VLOOKUP, to go and look for where this value, the lab result of this patient is being stored. Go to the sheet. The function will go to the sheet, look for, this is where the lab result of the patient is being stored. Okay, you see now from patient 001 to patient 15, these are their lab results. Positive, negative, these are the lab results. Right? So there's a function, and look at this also. The cost of the surgery. This is the surgery type, this is the different cost. All right, so let's go back to VLOOKUP. So the idea of for VLOOKUP is a function in Excel that says, okay, I'm looking for the lab result of this patient, patient 001. Where can you find this lab results? It's in another sheet. This is the sheet. Look, go Excel function, VLOOKUP, go into this sheet, look for the lab results. The lab result of this patient is also in a column. This is a column. We have two column here. This is a sheet 2. We have two column here. This is patient ID is in column 1. Lab results in column 2. Okay, so the function VLOOKUP function, we go to where the sheet is. This is the sheet. Locate the column where we have the lab result. This is a column, column 2, column 1, column 2. And the function will now do another thing is when you locate that patient ID, look for the lab result which is positive. Don't approximate the formula, the result. Give me the exact result that you found that was reference to patient 001. Give me the exact results. So the function will now automatically, reference the result for you here, link the result up for you in this sheet. So that is the idea of VLOOKUP. All right. To make it more practical, so let's start. Let me start with it. Okay. Like I said, when you are working on in Excel, want to work on a function formula, you start with equal sign. The function we are making use is what we call VLOOKUP. See now. So once you press the first three letter VLOOKUP, okay, it will show automatically. Just double click on it. All right. So which value we are looking for, a lab result of which patient? Look at it. We follow this instruction. This is a VLOOKUP. We are looking for the lookup value. Which lab result are we looking for a particular patient, patient 1. This is this. We click your cursor and click on it. You see now, patient 1 is C23. If you count from here, this is C. You count from here down to this place is C23. If you see now, look at this is C23. Now C23. Okay. See now it's also showing C23. Okay. So this is C23. Okay. C23. So after that, there is a comma after this lookup value. This is the value we are looking for the lab result. Press comma. So then there's other thing it show us. It's telling us that where do you have it? The table array. The table array. So we want to go to where we have the lab results. So click on this sheet. It's inside a particular sheet. Click on this sheet. So automatically the name of the sheet has already reflected in the formula bar here. So when you get to that sheet, okay, so we want to highlight the table now. This is a table array. Highlight this table array. That is where you will find your lab result. So press comma using a table array. After that is comma, press your comma. Then it's also showing us something colon index number. So when you get to that sheet, what colon can you find lab results? This is colon 1. This is lab results in colon 2. That means this will be 2. Press your 2 and press comma again. So after I press my comma, there is something that also show true first, true and first. What is the meaning of true? Meaning when you get to that colon, when you get to that cell, this is the patient, this is the lab result. When you get to that place, approximate whatever value you get there. That is what is meant by true. But first mean give me the exact value you find there, which is exact match. The exact match you find there first. Another word for first is zero. Okay. If I don't want to type, if I don't want to click on this first, I can replace it with zero, either first or zero. So let me click on this first now. Okay. You see now, as I double click on this first, automatically shown in this formula bar. So the next thing is that I can either, like I said, I can either put first here or put zero here. So the next thing is to close the bracket. So after closing the bracket, then press enter. Okay, so it's showing me there is an error in the formula you enter. So let's check where do we have the error. Okay, so where do we have the error? So it's showing me there's an error. There's an error. So let's see again. There's still error. Okay, it's showing me there's an error in our formula. There's an error in our formula. Okay, so let's try to see what the error is. Okay, it's still showing there's an error in this formula. Okay, so let's try to review it. VLOOKUP, we're looking for this value C23. Okay, after C23, the table array is here. The table array is here. B3 to C18. Okay, C18. Okay, to C18. Okay, then the colon is 2. This is the colon, then first is that value. So if you press that, so it's showing us not, it's showing us NA not available. Alright, so there's still error in our formula. So let's try to address the error. Let's try to address the error. Okay, so that is the beauty, of working, with Excel. So let's use our formula. Okay, this is the patient we are looking for. Press comma. Okay, after press comma, so let's go to the data set where we are working. Okay, highlight it. After you've highlight, okay, you press comma, colon 2, and press 0, close the bracket, press enter. Can you see now? Can you see our formula? Let's go through our formula again. Equal sign, vertical lookup, VLOOKUP. This is the patient you are looking for, patient C23. The lab result of this patient. This is the cell we reference the sheet. This is the sheet name, preparation underscore data. Okay, preparation underscore data, and this is the table array. This is the table array. The table array from B4 to C. B4. See now, this is B. B4 down to C18. That is the array. Then this is the 2. If you look at the formula, this is the 2. Look at the formula, second colon. Then return the exact. That is the meaning of 0. Return the exact match. So we have positive. So let's look for the lab result for patient 004. So what is the approach equals to? VLOOKUP, double click. Okay, click on this. This is a value, the lab result of this patient 4 looking for, comma. This is the reference. This is the sheet we are referencing. Okay. So after you reference this sheet, what is the table array? Highlight from patient 1, C to D, okay, C18. So after that, it's showing us next thing is what is put comma, reference the colon 2, comma, press exact match, then press enter. You see now, it's telling us the results, the lab result for patient 4 is negative. So let's cross check. Patient 4, you see now, negative. For patient 1, it's positive. So let's see if it's the same thing. It's positive. Okay, so you can do the same. You can look for the lab results of the rest of the patient. Okay, so let's scroll down and look for the cost of surgery that was performed. So the same approach. What is the cost of surgery? Let's look for tonsillectomy. What is the cost of surgery for tonsillectomy? Equals sign VLOOKUP. Okay, VLOOKUP. So this is tonsillectomy. We are looking for the cost of this surgery. So in this time around, we are clicking on this cost, on this surgery. Because if you check a sheet, what we have in our sheet is the surgery type and cost. So we are looking for the cost for surgery, tonsillectomy. This is tonsillectomy. This like, so come here, see VLOOKUP. So let's type it again. Let's go. Let's go. Okay, tonsillectomy. Okay, tonsillectomy. Comma, comma. This is the sheet we are referencing. Okay, then so the table array. Okay, comma, colon 2. This is colon 1. This is colon 2. Then comma, exact match. Okay, then press enter. You see now, it's telling us that the cost of tonsillectomy is 100,000. Okay, 100,000. That is the cost of tonsillectomy. 100,000. So if you want to look for the cost of appendectomy, same approach, press equal sign, then VLOOKUP. So appendectomy, comma, reference the sheet. Okay. After reference the sheet, then highlight table array, and comma, second colon, comma 0, then press enter. See 150. Let's check appendectomy. What is the cost? Appendectomy 150. Tonsillectomy 100. So this is how to go about VLOOKUP. So you can just go through what we did right now. See now, like I put a little write up. VLOOKUP is a function that makes exact search for the certain value in a column, which is the table array, and return the value from a different column. Like we go to a different sheet and in the same row. You can see it now. So what do you want to look out for? That is what this is showing about. Okay, this is the array, the table array where you want to look for the value. This is the first return the exact or the appropriate match. So that is all about VLOOKUP, and this is basic knowledge that you also need for analysis, in Excel. All right. If you have any question, I want you to put your question in the comment section and attend to it. Like I said, practice, practice, practice. What you have learned in this class, ensure you practice it. Okay. Thank you.